Well, hello there, friends. Scott from Platte River Keto here. Um, had another great week this week, uh, and excited to be here to talk to you a little bit today. Um, the subject that I wanted to talk with you a little bit about today is our inner critic. I keep having this song from Imagine Dragons, Demons, in my head. It's like the inner demon, the inner negative voice that is to some degree, I think in each of us, I would say definitely for me, is something that's definitely with me a lot more than I used to admit, and certainly a lot more than I would like. Um, and I was thinking about that this week because I was thinking about how I reached my year mark in keto a few weeks ago. Would have been the 21st of July. And when that happened, the couple of weeks after that, as will often happen with big events, I found that my weight had kind of stalled. Um, and again, not complaining about a weight stall that takes, it's a couple of weeks in length. But what happens is that negative voice inside my head starts to talk to me and starts to tell me that, that I'll never make it, that I have such a long way to go. And there's some truth to some of that. I do have a long way to go. I'm a little bit over halfway to where I'd like to go. And while I've lost a lot of weight and I'm a lot healthier than I used to be, I still have a good ways to go. I'm kind of in the middle of the journey, if that, if that tracks for you. Um, and so that voice kind of gets loud during those times when things are kind of just holding steady. Like I said, the last couple of weeks, that scale has held pretty steady. Now, today, I do my weekly weigh-ins on Saturdays, and this was a Saturday. Today's a Saturday as I'm recording this. And I was down just a little bit this week, which was great. I got into the 320s. It may be 329.8, but it is in the 320s. And I was very excited about that. But even with that, like I said, that it's so easy for that negative voice to creep in and to start to tell you that you're not good enough, that you're not going to do it, that you're not going to make it. And what I wanted to talk about, and actually we'll throw this out there for you, what do you do to combat your inner negative voice? Maybe you don't have one, but if you do have one, what do you do to combat it? For me, one of the things that's been the most helpful to me over this past year on my keto journey has been to acknowledge that it's there. I think that it's kind of a part of my personality. It's a part of who I am. I'm definitely a perfectionist. I only want to do it perfectly right the first time. I'm sure I'm not the only person who's that way. But because of that, I have that negative voice, and then that negative voice is pretty loud, and that negative voice has been in my life for as long as I can remember. I don't know that it's ever going to go away. But I will say that one of the things that I used to do was not acknowledge that it was there. And I don't think that acknowledging it gives it power. Acknowledging it, for me at least, brings it from my subconscious to my actual conscious mind. I'm actually thinking about it, and I'll say to myself, I'm feeling negative about whatever it happens to be. I'm feeling negative because the scale hasn't moved this week. Or I'm feeling a little bit down because I ate more nuts or seeds or whatever than I had planned on having as a snack yesterday. Or my workout wasn't quite as good as I wanted it to be. Whatever it was. But to actually voice that out loud. I will say that that's been one of the things that's been really nice for me in my weekly Facebook posts over the last years. But I've been able to actually share with everyone, but to actually write down and say out loud, obviously in the written form, that I'm feeling negative about something, that I'm feeling down about something. A couple of weeks ago, I was feeling down about nothing that I could really think of. I was just kind of having one of those blah, kind of a Monday. But I think that one of the big things about getting over our inner critic is to acknowledge it and say, hey, I'm feeling negative about whatever it is you're feeling negative about. The next thing I think that's been really helpful for me is there validity to what I'm feeling or saying or thinking? Did I have kind of a down week as far as, did I not stay on my plan like I wanted to? Or did I not get my workouts in like I wanted to? Or is that negative talk, is that critic not being honest? Is that critic lying to you? I found that sometimes I really am kind of having a down week or something, and I can acknowledge that and say, hey, this wasn't the best week. I didn't have the best week. I didn't stay on plan like I wanted to. Or, the scale might not be moving, but I had a really good week. And inner critic, you can just go away and shut up. Any of you guys have ever seen the movie Home Alone? Kevin from Home Alone, about 3/4 of the way through the movie, tells the furnace down in the basement to shut up. And that's what I feel like I need to do to my inner critic sometimes. Literally tell the inner critic to shut up. But yeah, so is there validity to what your the negative feelings that you're having? Because sometimes I think that there is, and you can acknowledge that, and then you can still move forward. You don't need to beat yourself up about having a setback. But other times you'll find that your inner critic, that demon on your shoulder, the devil on your shoulder, whatever you want to call it, is lying to you, is not telling you the truth, is not giving you facts, is greatly distorting reality. And then I think that in addition to that, the other thing would be to talk to a good friend. Share your concerns with your friend, with a friend. Share your concerns on a group in a community like we have with the keto community. Put it out there. It can feel very. You can feel very alone. I think with the struggles that you might go through. I know that there have been times in my life when I felt very alone. And sharing what I'm going through, again, whether it's a perceived issue or a perceived setback or a real one, you'd be amazed how many other people are experiencing or dealing with exactly the same thing that you're dealing with. And by sharing your experience with other people, you can share your burden a little bit, bear one another's burdens. I think that is one of the great things that we can do as human beings, and the reason that we thrive so much and the reason we want so much to have community is that when we share the difficult times that we have in our lives, it makes those difficult times not quite so difficult. So anyway, that was just what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today. And if you get a chance, if you want to leave in the comments, what do you do to combat your inner demons, and how do you overcome those? I hope that everybody had a great week. Keep calm and keto on, and I will talk to you again soon.